Is there anything more exhilarating, more maddening, or more utterly captivating than the relentless, unforgiving churn of an NFL roster in the final, frenzied days before kickoff? Just when you think you have a handle on your beloved San Francisco 49ers, the landscape shifts beneath your feet, a whirlwind of cuts, claims, and crucial decisions that will undoubtedly define the season. Can a team truly forge a championship contender amid such a chaotic last-minute scramble? Or are these frantic moves merely a desperate attempt to patch over deeper cracks in the foundation, hoping they hold until the storm passes? Today, the usually serene atmosphere of Santa Clara was anything but as the San Francisco 49ers plunged headfirst into the maelstrom of roster finalization. It was a day of high-stakes maneuvering, a flurry of activity that saw the Niners sign a staggering 13 players to their practice squad, actively scour the waiver wire, and navigate a landscape riddled with injury updates, and yes, even a surprising trade request revelation. From the shrewd acquisition of a sneaky good wide receiver to the intricate dance of assembling a robust practice squad, the 49ers are leaving no stone unturned in their relentless pursuit of Super Bowl glory. This isn't just about filling spots, it's about fortifying a fortress, ensuring every brick is laid with championship aspirations in mind. Let's dive headfirst into the heart of the matter, the official unveiling of the 49ers practice squad. This isn't merely a collection of backups, it's a vital reservoir of talent, a proving ground where future stars are forged and crucial depth is cultivated. The 13 players who earned their coveted spots represent a fascinating blend of veteran experience, raw potential, and specialized skill sets, each one a testament to the meticulous scouting and strategic foresight of the San Francisco front office. Leading the charge in terms of name recognition is cornerback Eli Apple, a former first-round pick, whose career trajectory hasn't quite matched his lofty draft status. While he may have been labeled a bust by some, his extensive experience as a starter in the league makes him an invaluable asset for the Niners' cornerback room. Bringing a veteran presence onto the practice squad at a minimal cost is a shrewd move, offering a reliable contingency plan should injuries inevitably strike the active roster. You hope you never need him, but knowing he's there, a battle-tested pro, provides a quiet sense of security. Then there's the electrifying Junior Bergen, a seventh-round pick, who, despite his draft position, carries a weighty reputation as one of the most dynamic punt returners in FCS football history. His dazzling scamper for 28 yards against the Denver Broncos in the preseason, showcasing his ability to make defenders miss and reverse field with audacious flair, offered a tantalizing glimpse of his special teams prowess. However, the challenge for Bergen, as the coaching staff clearly sees it, is his current one-dimensional skill set. To truly ascend beyond a pure return specialist, he must develop his receiving chops, a journey that will unfold on the practice squad. This is precisely why the team opted for Sky Moore, a more versatile gadget player for the active roster. Bergen needs to prove he can be more than just a returner, no matter how spectacular he might be in that role. The practice squad also welcomes back Derek Canteen, an undrafted free agent who quietly impressed throughout training camp, showcasing the kind of grit and determination that earns a spot on an NFL roster. And speaking of intriguing wide receiver talent, Robbie Chosen, a speedster with a fascinating journey, finds his way back to the Bay Area. Chosen, a former Temple Owl, still possesses elite straight-line speed, a trait tracked meticulously by the Niners' GPS data, making him a legitimate vertical threat. While he was offered a practice squad spot last year and chose Miami to be closer to home, his return to San Francisco is a testament to his enduring talent. Though the recent signing of Marquez Valdes-Scantling might temper expectations for an early elevation, Chosen's ability to stretch the field remains a valuable asset. On the defensive side, Travis Gibson, a veteran defensive end, made an undeniable impact in the preseason finale, consistently disrupting plays in the backfield. His presence provides crucial depth at a position where rotation is key to maintaining a relentless pass rush. Jalen Graham, a young developmental linebacker, and Curtis Robinson, who has steadily evolved into a reliable linebacker and special teams contributor, even notching a pick-six in the final preseason game, further bolster the defensive reserves. The trenches are also well represented with Drake Nugent, a talented center from Michigan and Stanford, who, despite being beaten out by Matt Hennessy, offers solid depth. Sebastian Valdez, affectionately known as Seabass or Hulk, an undrafted free agent out of Washington, is another exciting developmental defensive tackle. Built like a brick house and playing with the aggressive ferocity of his namesake, Valdez had a strong preseason, hinting at a bright future within the Niners system. Rounding out the offensive line depth is Nick Zakelj, a familiar face and close friend of Brock Purdy, who provides versatility at guard and center, even if his play isn't always spectacular. He knows the system, and that familiarity is invaluable. Beyond the initial 13, the 49ers are also actively shaping their extended roster. Evan Anderson, who initially made the 53-man roster, was waived today, but there's a strong hope he'll return to the practice squad after showing flashes of potential as an undrafted free agent last year. Additionally, reports indicate the team plans to add running back Sincere McCormick, a former Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year from UTSA, to the practice squad. McCormick brings a proven collegiate pedigree and NFL experience from his time with the Raiders, adding another layer of insurance to the running back room. Perhaps one of the most intriguing practice squad additions is former New York Jets quarterback Adrian Martinez. John Lynch confirmed Martinez is en route to the Bay Area, and his primary role will be to mimic the mobile quarterbacks the Niners are slated to face in their first 3 games: Sam Darnold, Spencer Rattler, and Kyler Murray. While Martinez, who played at Nebraska and Kansas State, was notoriously turnover-prone in college and showed flashes of both brilliance and head-scratching mistakes in the preseason, his mobility is a critical asset for the scout team. He's the Niners' QB3, a strategic move to prepare the defense for the challenges ahead. Speaking of quarterbacks, the status of rookie 7th-round pick Curtis Rourke remains a topic of considerable interest. Kyle Shanahan provided an update stating that Rourke, who remarkably played his entire final year at Indiana on a torn ACL, leading them to a surprise college football playoff appearance, will have 3 weeks to make a decision once he returns, likely around week 6. Shanahan acknowledged the difficulty of throwing a player with no offseason work into hard practices to make such a crucial decision, suggesting a redshirt year is a distinct possibility. Rourke's incredible work ethic, however, gives him a fighting chance. On the injury front, the Niners are gradually getting healthier. Upton Stout, a promising defensive back, returned to practice today for the first time since August 7th. He's expected to start in the slot in Week 1, though he'll face competition from Chase Lucas, who impressed throughout the preseason. Rookie running back Jordan James, sidelined with a broken finger, also returned to practice, as did Mike Williams and C.J. West, providing a welcome boost to the team's depth. However, there's also unfortunate news. Wide receiver Jacob Cowing, who made the initial 53-man roster, is headed to injured reserve due to a hamstring injury, a significant setback for the young receiver. Now, let's turn our attention to the big-name additions that have sent ripples throughout the NFL landscape. The 49ers today officially signed wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a move that could profoundly impact their offensive attack. MVS, recently released by the Seattle Seahawks, is a familiar face to Niners fans, albeit for a painful reason. He caught a crucial touchdown against San Francisco in Super Bowl 58, a play that ignited the Chiefs' offense after a botched punt. The irony is not lost on anyone. This signing, however, is a stroke of genius. Valdes-Scantling averaged an impressive 22.6 yards per catch last year with the Saints, playing under Clint Kubiak, who previously worked on Kyle Shanahan's staff. This connection means MVS is already familiar with the offensive scheme, allowing for a seamless transition with just a week and a half until the regular season kicks off. His primary role will be to serve as a vertical threat, a speed demon who can take the top off of defenses. Shanahan has consistently expressed a desire to get faster at the wide receiver position, and MVS fits that mold perfectly. While he's known to drop a pass or two, a frustrating reality you simply have to live with, his ability to stretch the field forces defenses to account for his speed, thereby opening up crucial crossing routes and underneath throws for other playmakers. This is a calculated risk, but one with potentially massive rewards for an injury-riddled receiving core that will also welcome back Russell Gage, who was on the practice field Wednesday afternoon. Adding further depth to the defensive line, the 49ers also claimed defensive tackle Jordan Jefferson off waivers. A fourth-round pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2024 NFL Draft out of LSU, Jefferson is a physically imposing player. While there's been chatter about him needing to get in better shape, his draft pedigree speaks volumes about his raw talent. His addition to the 53-man roster is a clear indication that the Niners valued his potential over Evan Anderson's, and the hope is that defensive coordinator Chris Kosiorek can unlock the best in this promising young lineman. Finally, we must address the elephant in the room, a saga that has unfolded with a frustrating lack of transparency: the Juwan Jennings situation. Today, both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch admitted that Jennings did, in fact, request a trade, a revelation that directly contradicts earlier reports from the team that dismissed such claims as BS. This admission leaves a sour taste, raising questions about the team's initial candor. Lynch attempted to smooth things over by stating the request was a long time ago and that they've moved on from that. He also offered a rather diplomatic explanation for Jennings' current status, suggesting that two things can be true. He can be unhappy with the current state of his contract, and he can have a calf injury. Regardless of the timeline or the nuanced explanations, the situation surrounding Jennings, his contract dispute, and the timing of his injury creates an unwelcome distraction as the season rapidly approaches. His availability for Week 1 against Seattle remains uncertain, and the approach taken by Jennings and his agent Drew Rosenhaus has certainly drawn criticism. In a league where unity and focus are paramount, this kind of drama is the last thing a Super Bowl contending team needs. As the dust begins to settle on this whirlwind of roster moves, one thing becomes abundantly clear: the San Francisco 49ers are a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, adapting, and relentlessly pursuing perfection. Every cut, every signing, every waiver claim is a piece of a larger, intricate puzzle, meticulously placed to construct a team capable of hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. The stakes are incredibly high, the decisions are often agonizing, but the commitment to winning remains unwavering. The journey to Super Bowl 59 begins now, not just on the practice field, but in the strategic chess match of roster management. So, what are your thoughts on these audacious moves? Does the addition of Marquez Valdes-Scantling ignite a new spark in the receiving core, or are his drop issues too great a concern? Are you confident in the depth being built on the practice squad, or do you see glaring holes that still need to be addressed? And what about the Juwan Jennings saga? Has the team handled it appropriately, or does it leave you feeling uneasy? Drop your thoughts, your insights, and your passionate opinions in the comment section below, and let's keep this vital conversation going. Because every great championship run is built on the collective wisdom and unwavering support of its fan base. Don't forget to like this video if you're as invested in the Niners' future as we are, and subscribe to our channel for all the latest, most dynamic updates on the red and gold.